Hey guys, Mike from Boyer Bows here. Alright, today I'm going to get back to you on this sledgehammer handle takedown longbow. I'm going to get back to you a little sooner than I intended because someone brought to my attention the fact that I had never shown you guys how to apply the rawhide. And for some reason I thought I had, but hey, let's do it. Alright, so what I've done so far is I've taken a sanding block and sanded the varnish or the lacquer or whatever it is off this bow, off the handle, and I've gone about halfway down the handle on either side to expose the raw wood. Now, I'm going to apply what's called, I've talked about it before, but what's called a sizing coat, which is a very thin layer of glue over the raw wood. And the reason I'm doing this is because glue is a big part water, and this raw wood is going to just pull that liquid right into itself very quickly. And what you're going to have is, if you don't do this sizing coat, you're going to have these parts where the glue was pulled into the raw wood that are going to be devoid of glue. It's just going to suck the liquid glue right in, and you're going to get these bare spots where whatever you're gluing down isn't going to stay adhered because there's really basically no glue there anymore, at least not on the surface. And I want this to be a very thin coat so it dries pretty quickly, but I also want it to really, I don't want to feel any rough spots or any bare wood spots with my finger, because that will indicate to me that there has not been a proper sizing glue cover in that area. I apologize, it's late at night. I don't know how perfect the lighting is on this, but you know, I take my time where I can get it to do this stuff. Alright, I feel a little bit more right there. Alright, and now we have the size coat on the glue, on the handle done. Whoa, lost the tip. I also am going to apply the glue to the rawhide. Just a little sizing coat for the exact same reasons. Even though this is not wood, it is a material, you know, organic material, and it's going to pull liquid into itself. And as a result, we don't want any bare spots. Okay, so we're going to give that a second. It's still 100 and some degrees out, 8:30 at night. Okay, so what can I tell you? The dogbone. This is the dogbone rawhide that I made another video about. Very thick. I'd actually been soaking this rawhide for almost a day and a half, guys, in cold water. And it's so thick, I did not get any hide glue out of it. It didn't dissolve, it didn't deteriorate. It's just incredibly pliable right now. It's kind of like a wet noodle. And one of the problems people were having when they asked me about how to apply rawhide is that the rawhide wasn't sticking to the bow, wasn't sticking to the wood. Well, I have a solution for that. I have found that to happen as well. And the way I got around it was with what I'm about to show you. Now, normally you might see people wrapping bows with what looks like shrink wrap or saran wrap. The problem is with hide glue, tight bond, anything, it needs air to breathe. Epoxies don't. Epoxy is a chemical reaction that makes it harden. The tight bond glue cures as it dries out. As the water in the glue dehydrates from the air, it dries out and then cures. So the shrink wrap or saran wrap isn't going to work. It seems like it won't cure, and if it does, the rawhide is going to dry out before the glue does, and it's going to lift right off because it's going to want to take its own shape. I have an ace bandage here that I got from the dollar store. I'm only going to be able to use it once. It's probably going to get destroyed, but if I can get more than one use out of it, great. I'm not planning on it, but it was only $1. Alright, let's check. Okay, I've got a tacky coat now. What that means is it's tacky, but it's no longer liquid. I can pretty much see my fingerprint in the glue. So we're ready to go with the next coat. This is going to be a little heavier coat, and it's going to get messy. I'm aware it's going to get messy, but I really do want a good adhesion here. It's very important, and I'm not going to use wildly large amounts of glue here, but I am going to use a lot of glue in that I'm going to get a nice cover that I'm comfortable with, and as well as one that, you know, will hopefully hold this rawhide down very, very well. And we're just gonna. Now the thing is, wherever the rawhide isn't, is pretty much where I'm going to be sanding the bow down to taper the belly out so that this bow will bend in the first place. But wherever the rawhide is, I need it to flex, but I don't need it to, I'm not going to be sanding it down or reducing it anymore. So we'll be doing the experiment both on the takedown sledgehammer, as well as whether this dogbone rawhide is going to work. But I am overly confident that it is going to work. I have every confidence in the world. It's so thick. It just may need to be sanded down a little bit, but even then, I'm a big fan of rawhide these days. All right, so get the nice piece of rawhide. I'm going to put the rawhide all the way toward the handle, and I guess I got a little extra. All right. Now it's probably not going to want to stay. The glue on it is probably going to want to make it move around. So that's where the ace bandage comes in. So take the ace bandage. You don't have to wrap it overly tight, just tight enough that you have enough ace bandage to do the job, really. And then just keep watching the rawhide and feel where it is, because as you twist this around it, it's going to want to move on you. So I'm just trying to hold the rawhide in place with each turn. Just going to come up like that. Yep. Up like that. Here we go. There. Whoop. This is also going to help the glue spread out a little further. A little bit of pressure never hurts. Now, how do you get this end to stay down? Well, you could have kept the same way you do anything else. If your ace bandage comes with these nice little clip-on things here, you can just clip it right onto itself, just like you would somebody's extremity or whatever you were putting this on. Like that. And there you go. Now I'm feeling to make sure that I've got an even spread of the rawhide. It's like the even on as it wraps around. Now I'm also going to give it a little squeeze, see if there are any air bubbles in it. Alright, and there you go. There's one limb. There's a limb I did earlier, and you'll notice I taped this one. Can you even see that? I taped this one down because I only could find one of the clips after I did it. Anyway, that's it, guys. There are the two limbs. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take to cure, but I probably won't even try unwrapping them. Let's see, today is, what day is today? Thursday? I probably won't even try unwrapping them until Saturday. I'm just really hoping to let this cure in this heat. It shouldn't take that long, but it's sort of a better to be safe than sorry situation. So I'm going to store them standing up with the metal at the top so any glue runs away from the handle. I don't want it to be glued down right now. And there you go. That's how I keep the rawhide down. Alright, that's the next step in the rawhide, or in the build of a sledge handle sledgehammer handle takedown bow, as well as the next step in the rawhide, the dogbone rawhide and rawhide application. We did a whole bunch of stuff here, didn't we? Alright, well, we got a lot done. I'll see you on Saturday or Sunday, and we'll show you what it looks like when I unwrap it and how I am about to start the tapering process. Alright guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Mike from Boyer Bows.